Let's talk about why babies thrive on keto. Now, when a woman is pregnant, especially during the last trimester, 30% of all the energy fed to that baby is from ketones. And then once they're born, the first 2 hours, they're going to be running off of lactate, that's milk sugar, but then they're going to convert right to ketones. So ketones are very normal for a newborn. Ketones are not supposed to be an alternative fuel. In fact, breast milk is loaded with MCT fats, medium chain triglycerides, which are then turned into ketones. A baby's brain makes up between 11 and 12% of their entire body weight, as compared to an adult brain, which only makes up 2% of the weight. Yet in a newborn, 75% of all the energy that they use is for the brain. If we compare this to an adult, we use 20 to 25% of our energy for our brain. So as you can see, this brain is very, very important for survival. It's very important to allocate the majority of fuel because it is going to be the organ that runs the entire body. But here's the fascinating thing. Ketones not only provide a good amount of fuel for the infant's brain, they also provide the building blocks for lipids of an infant's brain. I'm talking about the cholesterol and the myelin sheath that surround the nerves in the brain. Ketones supply the brain with 90% of the carbon to make the white matter. So it's not just about the fuel, it's about the building blocks as well. And this is also another reason why babies are born with extra fat, because that fat actually can help supply more ketones, unless someone screws it up by feeding them the formulas, which is basically the high carb diet, because all that sugar and glucose and carbohydrate will completely prevent the ketones from being used as fuel. So if you're going to get pregnant or you are pregnant, try to breastfeed as long as possible. And in the process, make sure you're eating foods with all the key nutrients. I'm talking about the trace minerals. I'm talking about the B vitamins and vitamin C from actual nutrient-dense foods. That way that child has the best chance of optimizing their IQ, their bone formation, their reduction of risk for certain diseases, and overall longevity. My last point is this. If we started out on ketones, why would we want to go to a high-carb diet? And why would someone be hesitant of going on a ketogenic diet after being on high-carb diets for many years? It doesn't make sense to me, other than the fact that they just might not understand this basic data right here. But for more information on how to grow a very healthy baby, check out this video on the screen. Hey, before you leave, I just wanted to give you a little quick history on some of the books that I wrote. This was one of the first books. It's called Dr. Berg Body Shapes. It was my attempt at writing about body types. What was very interesting about this book is I actually did all the images myself. Don't ask me why. They look actually not quite as professional as some of the images that I have in the new book. But anyway, this is my first attempt right here called Dr. Berg's Body Shape Diets. And then I wrote a book more extensive called The 7 Principles of Fat Burning. I don't even have a copy anymore, actually, because it's outdated. The next book, I put about 1,000 hours into this one right here called The New Body Type Guide. Major updates on the body types. I put a lot of energy into this. It has professional images, graphics, all sorts of things. Now, the problem with this book is it doesn't really describe what this is really about. Body types are only a small portion of what's in this book. And that's why I changed the name to the Healthy Keto Plan, okay? If you happen to have this book, you don't really need this book because there's only very, very minor updates. But if you don't have this, you need to get this one right here. This book goes into every single detail that you would ever want to know about. It goes into the 7 principles of fat burning. It goes into hormones, the body types, the basic keto plan. It goes into intermittent fasting. I talk about the 10 fat burning triggers and blockers and fat burning strategies with a lot of details in every single chapter. I go into body issues that interfere with losing weight. There's very few people that just have a weight problem. They have a lot of body issues, whether it's sleeping problems, stress problems, inflammation, menopause, I cover that extensively in this book. Then I talk about how to get rid of stress, and I show you a technique. Then I get into exercising. And then I have a lot of really good recipes in this book as well. So this is a good reference guide. On my website, if you get this book, you get this one free. It's called Healthy Keto Intermittent Fasting. This is the shortcut, quick guide to this book. And the reason I created this book is to have you, within 45 minutes, learn how to do keto, okay, in intermittent fasting, exactly what you need to do. Then you can fill in the blanks with this book right here. So right now I'm doing a special. If you get this book, you get this one totally free, or you can go to Amazon and get these individually. So I just want to clarify the difference between this book and this updated one right here. If you don't have this, you need to get this right here. That way you can get the exact correct information to do it healthily.